The Little Mermaid. Before I was born, the ship had already sunk, spending 6 months submerged and asunder. While I was developing in utero, it was decaying in aqua pura. The vessel, named and revered as La Sirenita, had plummeted to the bottom of the bay, according to local legend, with all the cargo and crew still aboard. It was a freak accident considering the shallow condition of the inlet and the calm temperament of the climate. Bodies, they say, washed up for weeks. My father was aboard this ship, his body one of the few never found. My mother, pregnant with me, but even more bloated with disbelief, would scour the coast each night, her lonely despair disguised as the rocky remains of hope. This coast, her hell, came to unofficially be known as the Beach of Angels. When I was born, she named me Christopher, not after my father, but as someone who could bear another across water. She needed to be carried, at least for those first couple of decades. "You look just like him," she'd say with no reprieve. Him, an emotional anchor mooring us to the sea, barbed flukes and metal shank, and we just links in the chain allowing the drag. When my mother later died of heart disease, betraying her petite frame and skinny disposition, doctors claimed it was the result of a Western diet, but I knew the truth. Once a heart cracks, it forever bears the fault, a levee that will come to break under the constant pressure of time. I started driving the night I got the call. 4 days of travel ushered me through familiar terrain, a twisting 2-lane highway dividing robust wildflowers on the western side of the peninsula and desolate saguaro on the other. The moon hung something mischievous, making halos in the fog as starlight crashed through my dirty windshield. Roadrunners darted, owls loomed. When I arrived in Bahia de Los Angeles, the air was fresh, with the sea salt of a homecoming long overdue. This air wafted through my childhood home as sleep found me safe in a town sustained by tourism and deep-sea trawling. Dreams crashed like waves, the perpetual nag of a lapping subconscious, and they sailed me back to you, dear mother. Back when you were young and healthy and uninterested in the tide. We swam out past the islands, where they say the accident occurred, and I pulled you down, below the water's surface, where we could hide from all the hurt that living on dry land had caused. I hid you in the wreckage, told you to finally stop holding your breath, and promised that he'd come for you, because, even after all these years, I somehow believed he was still looking, too. I awoke to a sharper sunbeam, the taste of ocean on my lips. I showered and ate, applied sunscreen and dressed, the Baja heat feeling like nostalgia as I crossed the street to the beach, our beach. I followed the same steps as you, from before I was born, gazing to the sea. Today, I will see your lifeless body for the first time, a link in the chain broken. Tomorrow, I will say goodbye and cast your ashes into the water, the weight of an anchor alleviated. The day after tomorrow, I will leave, not sure when I'll ever return, this boat finally adrift. So I keep pacing, looking and hoping. I don't know what I expect to find, knowing this sand has been picked clean of more than just shells. But for now, my reflection, his reflection, is all I really seem to need.